KINGMAKER is the future of Overwatch if implemented and improved upon. Here's why. What is KINGMAKER? KINGMAKER is a first-come, first-serve game mode with a maximum of 2 players per role. Upon loading in, all the roles are available to you until 2 players fill out the role. Say you pick support and another person picks support as well. That role can no longer be picked by the rest of your team. Players cannot switch between roles mid-match, and the player that is alone in their role becomes the king. The king will then get a bonus based on their role. You can identify if someone is the king by the crown they will have next to their username. Now, onto the bonuses each role gets. Health is increased by 150 HP. Movement speed is increased by 15%. Decreased crowd control effect and incoming critical damage. DPS. Health increased by 50 HP. All cooldowns decreased by 20%. Attack and reload speed increased by 20%. Support. Health increased by 100 HP. Healing to allies increased by 30%. All cooldowns decreased by 20%. KINGMAKER has been fun for a variety of reasons. Those reasons are also why I think this game can be the future of Overwatch. 1. When there are 2 tanks on the field, the game feels fun because those tanks can be punished for mistakes they make. Unlike the current late boss tanks that supports nor DPS can interact with when they make mistakes. And if those late bosses do get low, the supports just heal them back up, continuing the endless cycle of not killing the tank. There is no way to outplay a late boss tank as a squishy. Having 2 killable tanks on the field is so healthy for the game, as it rewards players, especially DPS players, for playing well against a tank that misuses their cooldown. It also exposes bad tank players. 2. Getting into a game is fast, almost instant, something 6v6 won't be able to fix. It is always nice not having to wait ages to get into a game, especially if the game you waited for went by quickly or was bad. 3. The buffs given to the solo role, the KINGMAKER, have a lot of potential that could balance out the feel of only having 1 role. It could also give the devs ways of handling tanks in the current game, but there are still flaws. 1. It's not a given that you will get 2 tanks every single game. You might only have 1 late boss tank. 2. The quality of matches is poorer than that of role queues. The matchmaker does not try to fill out all 3 roles with appropriate players for those roles in the same rank. It simply pulls 10 people of the same rank. This means that you can get 5 support players on your team, while the enemy has 2 support players, 2 tank players, and 1 DPS player. It's the age-old question of quality versus quantity. Do we give players quicker queues even though the matches aren't high quality, or do we give players high quality matches even though the queues are longer? I don't know. However, I felt that I could still carry as a support player, solo or with someone. 3. The buffs given to each role is way too broad. Some heroes benefit from them more while others did not. Hanzo doesn't benefit from reload speed while Ashe does. Claysel benefits from a 50 HP increase more than Bastion does, etc. Supports have the same problem, added with the fact that they have to be skilled enough to carry in the role if they are the solo support, because you essentially now have to heal the entire team by yourself while also applying pressure. Tanks have the problem of the buff doing absolutely nothing if they are the solo tank. You see, KINGMAKER uses open queue stats for tanks if there are two. If there is only one tank, that tank gets buffed back into normal 5v5 tank stats, basically making the game feel normal. Unkillable late boss. Here are ways I see them improving on this problem. 1. Give the solo tank an individual yellow buff or buff instead of a roll buff. I can see Line having 3 buffs. One increases fire strike playstyle, another is frontline playstyle, and one is defensive playstyle. This way you give the solo tank more variety other than more unkillable. 2. This is the same fix as the tank fix. Give DPS and support heroes individual buffs that help the hero out if they are the only one in their role. For Zenyatta, instead of doing more healing, which doesn't help at all, he maybe does more damage, or give movement speed, more depth, more variety to that ability. I don't know the specifics here, but it will essentially be like the Junkenstein laboratory game mode, just toned down. Going further, there needs to be a way to make the quality of the support player higher if they are the solo support. In lower ranks, we don't get the situation of, oh, the tank player has to play support. In conclusion, it was a fun game mode that needs to be iterated on if the dev team wants to go forward with it. I want to see them work on this mode again. It was one of the most enjoyable experiences I had playing Overwatch. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys, flame out.